Okay.
Hosting. All right.
Orbie and I met when I was about 7 or 8 years old, playing football in the local park. And we don't know how we met, but we just got together and we clicked. And we started going out together, as boys do. And we did everything together for the next, well, I'm 82, so it's next 75 years, we have been the best of friends, best of mates. And a couple of years ago, at Orbie's 80th birthday, I told Orbie I wasn't coming, but I always was. I just didn't tell him that. And when I arrived, or when he arrived, and he saw me there, he broke down and started crying.
He said,
"You've come, you've come." And I said, I wouldn't have missed it for quids. So we did everything together. No matter, people would say, "There's Orbie Vile, Bobby Carter's got to be around here somewhere. Where is he?" So we were always together, and we were the best man at each other's weddings, 21st, engagement party, everything. And if it wasn't for Orbie, none of you lot would be here, because it was Orbie who told me to come to the party where I met Laurel. He made me come because he said, come along, there's free piss." So we went because of the free piss. So I was with Orbie all the time, and he's been my best friend, my dearest friend, all of my life, and I love him like him. In fact, Russell would say I loved him more than I loved him, because we were always together. And I just can't explain, but one day my mother and father, who took us to the football, didn't want to go. They were going to go and play golf. And so we said, how are we going to go to the football? So we came up with the idea, we were 9. We were 9. And we came up with the idea, we will get on the train, go to Redfern Oval, go to Redfern, get off the train and fire the crowd. And that is what we did. A pair of 9-year-olds traipsing all over Sydney, going to the football by just following the crowd. And we've done the same thing ever since. If we wanted to go to Mount Druitt, we didn't know how to get there, fire the crowd. The only ground we didn't go to was Manly or North Sydney, because they were too far away. But we always fired the crowd. And the other day on the phone, when I told Orbie that we were going to, that I might be dying, which I am, he said, when you get to the Purby gates, hang on, because I won't be too far behind you. Hang on, we'll go through and we'll fire the crowd through together. We'll fire the crowd. So he's always been there. So that is the story of Orbie. My biggest worry was the fact that I wouldn't see him before I died. And now there's a chance that I'll actually get to see before he goes, before we die. But he's coming up next week. And I can't wait to see him. Can't wait. Anyway, Rocky. Rocky has just been Rocky. He's been there all the time. We fired the movie. I've watched Rocky 1 about 30 times, I think. Always watching Rocky movies. A lot of you kids were brought up on Rocky, as you know.
Sure were.
You were brought up on Rocky. You were told about Rocky. If you misbehave, meet yo-yo people, right?
Made the world
Yo-yo friends. Am I right?
Yeah, I was told that.
We made the yo-yo first. But yeah,
Oh,
Dad,
do
I've
you
always learnt from Rocky. You will learn something from Rocky movie because there's always a story.
always a
Anyway.
lesson.
That is the story of Rocky.
With Orbie, Dad, what's one of the stories, trickiest things you did with Orbie? Tell us one of your fun stories that you and Orbie.
One I should introduce to Orbie.
No, tell the kids a story that you and Orbie, some of your mischief you might have gotten up to.
Orbie had the greatest, one of the things about Orbie is that when he was all his life, he's always said, when I turn 16 years and 10 months, I'm going to buy a motorbike. I'm going to get a motorbike license. And so, at the age of 16 years and 10 months, he went out and he bought a motorbike. And I came around to look at the bike, and I thought, well, this will be the last I'll ever see of him. But when I got there, there's a sidecar there. And I said, what's the sidecar? And he said, I'm not going anywhere without you. You're coming with me. So, he bought the sidecar to take me around. Oh, it's... And when at 17 years, 16, when he got his license, the sidecar came off from the motorbike and became a pillion. And we would go everywhere. We'd go to Bathurst on the motorbike and pillion, and we froze our balls off on the bloody thing. But we got up to Bathurst one particular year. Orbie had I'd upgraded to a 1935 Morris Cowley, little car, and we'd drive along, and it would do 50 miles an hour max. You couldn't speed it, impossible. We'd spend 3 or 4 weeks working on the car to get the car ready to go to Bathurst, because the oil seals always blew up on it. And so we found out that the last trip, we found out that you take the oil seals out, pull the diff out, clean it up, put it all back together, and you fill the differential up with banana skins. And so we filled the differential up with a combination of oil and banana skin. And to shut the car up, the car was quiet, it never leaked. And we were going into Bathurst this particular trip, and we were going as fast as we could, 55 miles an hour at least, nearly 100 km. And we wanted to go to the toilet, but we weren't going to stop. We lifted the floorboards up and had a pee through the floorboards, and then put the floorboards back down on the car again. And when Orbie, who was driving, wanted to have a pee, he'd control the pedals, the accelerator and the brake, and I controlled the steering wheel. He'd do his pee, put the floorboards down. That's how we got to Bathurst. Wonderful time, wonderful stories.
Tell them how you slept there.
Huh?
Tell them how you slept at Bathurst.
We slept on the ground. We
Was
slept
it
rough.
Bathurst the race you were going to watch?
Yes.
We had a wonderful
race.
time. But we had a great childhood. Orbie was a wonderful friend. And he still is. And he's the best friend I've got, apart from my wife. And I love him. I love him greatly. Okay.
You mentioned
There you go.
you mentioned Russell. Who's Russell?
Who's Russell?
Oh,
Russell's
look,
my brother.
I'm just Liam asked as well.
Genuinely, yeah.
Russell's my brother.
Gotcha.
Right.
Russell couldn't compete with Orbie. Could not compete.
Well, he was a brother.
Always. In fact, the
You don't
story
choose your
goes
brother.
that
3
at
years.
one
yeah.
stage, shortly after we met, Orbie's parents took him away for a week to Kiama, which is just down the south coast. When they came back, they came straight to our place and said to Mum and Dad, we can't do that again. And they said, no, you're right. They took us away. Neither of us did anything. We just sat out in the front step, waited for the other one to come in, so that if I ever went away on a holiday, Orbie came, and if Orbie ever went away, I came with him. We spent all our holidays together, school days, everything was with Orbie. With only one of them.
What footy team did he go for? Doggies?
What?
Did he go for Bulldogs?
Orbie, a bulldog?
Yeah, did he go
Oh,
for
my
Bulldogs?
godfather.
Just
I
checking.
forget I heard that question.
Yes, I suppose. I thought it was a fair
You
question.
didn't go to the football with Orbie, unless you're a bull. Oh, well, you weren't a Bulldog supporter. You were a Canterbury supporter.
True.
Then you were a Cantab. Then you were a Berry. Then you were a Bulldog.
Yes.
You had to progress. You just couldn't become a Bulldog like
And
you
so
can now.
I don't think the
You
kids
had
know.
to learn it.
I don't think the kids know how about your family and the Bulldogs club.
Well,
Oh, is this why he likes the Bulldogs?
Dad used to play football. Dad played football for Lakes United local competition, and he got knocked unconscious. And apparently he was out for a couple of days, and they thought he was going to die, and so he gave up football. So he helped found the club, and he introduced a lot of the famous players to the Bulldogs, Henry Porter and Roy Kirkcaldy, people who were synonymous with the club now. They were introduced by Dad. Dad introduced them. And we went to the football, and on the day I was, well, the first weekend after I was born, Dad came. It was Saturday, and Dad was going to the football as usual. He said to Mum, I'm going to the football. You and the boy can come along if you want to. And so I've been going to the football ever since. Always to the football.
Yeah.
So football just isn't part of me. It's who I am. It's in me. So I'm afraid, kids, this is what you've got. This is the best you've got.
We're at Bankstown.
Is it great? And Dad would take us to the football, and he'd sit up in the old grandstand, and he'd say, oh, there's Eddie Burns over there. So we'd race over and get his autograph. And this is Joe Blow from another football team. Race over, get his autograph. Dad was telling us who to see and whose autographs to get. And I've still got the autograph book at home. And I've still got their names in the autograph book. And that was when I was 10-year-old, I got that book. But yeah, so to see
cool.
Orbie again, that'd be great. Anyway, yeah, that's football. Any other questions?
So what about the swimming club in Bankstown?
Oh, actually, I started the swimming because my father decided that I should learn to swim properly. And he fed me the bullshit story about, can you imagine jumping off the side of a pool and treading the water? And I imagined him just jump onto it and just stand on water. It didn't mean it, he meant tread water, like you do. And so he got me started by introducing me to Billy and Jenny Cruz, who were state champions who lived down the road. And so we started to learn swimming, and if I'd have to swim a mile before school, Orbie would swim a mile before school. If I had to swim 2 miles before school, Orbie swam 2 miles before school. Everything I did, he did. He got free coaching. Mum and Dad paid for it, but he got the free coaching. And so we swam together for Bankstown Pool for until Orbie turned 18, and then we joined the surf club together. But Orbie joined the surf club because there were things I wanted to do that I hadn't done in the Stillwater, and so Orbie don't know if what they are now, I can't remember. But Orbie joined the surf club. And then the surf club was where I had my first beer, I had my first, got drunk the first time, started to talk to girls for the first time at the surf club, went to the first dance at the surf club because we read somewhere that 75% of married men met their wife in a dance hall, and we were not going to meet our wife in a bloody dance hall. No way. So we didn't. But Orbie met Jan in a fish and chip shop up in Katoomba, which I wasn't there. Otherwise it wouldn't have happened. But in a fish and chip shop, and like I say, Ken and Gordon dragged me off to this party for free piss where I met your mother. So Orbie had always been part of the family, never with us, but the shadow has always been there. It's always been there, hovering in the background, just learning and talking to him. Yeah, and that's been my life with Orbie.
That's nice. And which surf club is this? Is the one that
Sorry,
you?
I'm hearing something.
Which surf club is that surf club that you're talking about?
Huh?
Which surf club is your first surf club where all that happened?
Which surf
The
club?
only one.
Only Wanda
Wanda?
Surf Club.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Was he part of the one down at Kate Beach as well?
No, never. No,
Ah,
because
see,
he
for
was
me, I
at
always
sea.
thought
He
of
was at
Kate
sea.
Beach.
He was at sea when we
Wanda
went to
wasn't
Kate Beach.
considered to be an elite club because the Sandhills of Wanda, I think there was an entire generation of Australians conceived in the back seat of a Holden FJ in the Sandhills of Wanda.
Oh.
It was a real passion pit. And every year, in the old days, you could not see the surf from the clubhouse. You had to go over the sandhill. Now it's all gone. But every year we paint the surf club. To paint the clubhouse, we go up the road and we buy a 20-litre drum of green paint, and we walk along the roof of the clubhouse and just stick the paint out and then sweep it out with a broom, sweep it up and down, and that was the clubhouse painted. Now I have to do the whole lot. And then when it was finished, we'd open up the keg and all get drunk together, painting the clubhouse. It was done on Anzac Day as a sort of a memorial thing, because the club was founded by ex-servicemen, and the colours were dark blue, light blue and red. So, yeah.
So you painted it green
Mhm.
instead?
That was the route.
When if you told a girl that you want to belong to one to surf club, oh, they'd bolt. Except for mother, she was brave. She hung on. She hung on.
I didn't know all these bad things anyway.
Look,
She saw your
if I
car.
die in the next 6 days, I've had a great life. I've had a wonderful life. I've got nothing I've got to do. I've travelled the world. I've seen the world. I've sailed ships around the world. I've travelled all over Australia. I'm chased my wife. I married her and made sure that I married her. Yeah. Everything I've wanted in life, I've achieved. And I've got 4 great kids to prove it. So I've got nothing to be afraid of. I can die tomorrow and I'll have a grin across me a mile away. I've had a great life. I've got no worries, no regrets. I want you to know that. You have all made me very proud. You and your children and your grandchildren. Yeah, you've all made me very, very proud. Yeah. And you've brought some wonderful people into the family. You brought my favourite son-in-law into the family, Richard. Great. Great son-in-law, great daughters-in-law. Got nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah. So, I didn't mean to get all cheery and blubbery, but that's how it goes. Yeah.
You're allowed.
Stories are nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, if any of your kids start playing up, you just remember Orbie and Pop. Pop will come down and bloody haunt them if they play. Haunt them.
Can we get just that big?
And we just have to show them Rocky or something.
Just follow the crowd.
Put them on a train and say, follow the
Good
crowd.
family home to live up to.
I'm glad Gay Mardi Gras wasn't on when you followed the crowd.
Family would go in a very different direction.
Well, it almost said he went to Redfern, remember?
And he came back.
Yeah.
He came back.
Dry tissue there.
There's
And
the
hearing
tissue.
aids on, that's why I couldn't.
Wait for it. Yeah.
So is there a secret to life?
He needs the hearing aid.
And now you all know
Oh, 42.
the story of Orbie and Rocky and
Emma asked if there's a secret.
yeah, I'll ask you to keep it a secret. Don't tell anybody. Okay, Laura?
Yeah, okay. But, you know, if you want to share your secrets at this time, it's okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the secret you were referring to?
Oh,
Or the secret for life?
The secret.
Hey.
She was asking about the secret for life, Bob.
That's right, the secrets.
Or the tips. Yeah.
That's
Life
it.
tips. Yeah.
Tips, tricks, and hacks.
Right.
Your father. Mine did nothing wrong. I never made a mistake. Oh,
Except for telling
you
Bob that he
good man.
ate.
He eats to live, not lives to eat.
Yeah, that's
My
right.
grandmother's side, her family were all strong, good people. So please, don't do anything to ruin the family name. Don't do anything. It's too precious. God. This, you're ridiculous.
Tissue box.
Okay.
Anyone else?
He's got a lot to do.
Yeah. Don't ruin the family name.
And Pop, what were the favourite travel destinations?
Pardon?
What were the best travel destinations?
The best travel destination that starts with the word E and finishes with the word H. Earth, the world, fabulous place. No place is better than anywhere else. You see things in Canada that you won't see in Australia, and you'll see things in Peru and Bolivia. And,
What was your favourite though?
There's nowhere anybody who says China is better than Australia, don't know what they're talking about, because they probably haven't been to it.
Because they're
But
different.
China was a fascinating country. They've all got their fascinating bit. One of the saddest things I ever heard was someone in Europe saying, it's not like this in Baltimore or something. And my mate sitting next to me said, yes, aren't we lucky? Yeah. The world is wonderful. It's a wonderful place. If you're ever wondering about where to go, get a map, throw a dart. Where the dart hits, that's where you go to, because you'll find something great there. Yeah.
Except North Korea.
I'm imagining like right in the Pacific Ocean.
I'm sure we can find something there. Something I did for 2 years.
Russia right now.
Lindsay got a